Hey guys! Well, when I first contacted Karen about joining this channel, my first idea was to do a review on the Monkeys movie. No wait, first it was my introduction. My second idea was to do a review on the Monkeys movie. Then so many other things happened and I forgot about it, but finally, here it is, my review on Head. So obviously this is purely opinion-based, which movie reviews usually are. I guess I should say spoiler alert. If you haven't seen the movie yet and are planning to, exit out this video right now. Or you know what? Don't. Do whatever you want. It's your life. So on the back of the DVD, they explain Head as a hard day's night on acid. I can't say anything about that because I haven't seen A Hard Day's Night, nor have I watched it while I was on acid. Head seems to focus on their arguably true, not so silly, sugar-coated personalities. Obviously, Head is completely unlike the show. I've seen mixed reviews complaining that it wasn't like their usual silly selves. And I could see how they would think that because it wasn't a 96-minute version of the show, which is what most of us were expecting. As for the title Head, it's like we're watching different ideas the producers would have had to appeal to different audiences. The commercials and trailers for the movie state so many different genres, which the movie holds true to, as if they're satirically trying to please every audience. Consequently, it formed into one psychologically baffling acid dream. The boys are shown in a factory, which is what I think was there to symbolize their manufactured image. They're thrown into different situations solely to poke fun at the fact that they're only here to please. Although there is a bit of a storyline that I think people seem to miss. The boys always end up in that black box. It's as though the box is the manufactured image they can't escape. They're just some muse to the public and we're free to poke fun at them and say what we want and they can't do anything about it. But I also take from it that the box could represent the producer's mind, where he stores the boys until he thinks up a new crazy storyline for an episode. Then the boys are set free, but still always and only limited to their scripted perception. In the show, we're sometimes slightly pulled back into reality with their improv actions of Mickey or Mike pulling out a copy of the script, or one of the boys saying they got an article of clothing, obviously from wardrobe, or Mike bringing up Phyllis and Christian. The movie will show Mickey not wanting to partake in a Western war scene, or Peter having second thoughts about having to punch a girl. But as these scenes play out, they're still scripted, showing us that everything, even the boys, are just a mere idea of the writer. It's the reality that they've lost who they truly are and are just but an image to please. The whole movie is based on the fact that they're not who they are anymore. To us, they're simply characters of a show. All we know them by is who we've been conditioned to see them as. Davy is the heartthrob, and with the boxing scene, he sort of plays on being egotistical as if that's how he should be because of his looks. And Peter, of course, is the dumb one. He's always the dumb one. But they wanted us to really see them. Davy ends up getting brutally beat because of his overconfidence. Peter ends up being spiritual and actually full of knowledge. There was an interview at the end of Everywhere Shake Shake where Mickey's complaining that he hates doing interviews. And in the movie, he quits in the middle of a scene. And Mike wasn't the sort of father figure which he seems to portray most of the time. Immediately after the Porpoise song, Mimi Machu is going around making out with the boys one by one. I remember when I first saw that, the image I had of the boys completely shattered. They're not these love-struck shy kids as they're portrayed in the show. That image was gone. I mean, later there's a scene where they're being treated like kings and they're in a room surrounded by belly dancers who are dancing for their entertainment. I saw them completely differently after that. They were no longer these characters made for a certain audience of kids to young adults. They were musicians living the life of sex, drugs, and rock and roll. And I think that's what the purpose of Head was, to expose that their personalities aren't what we see on the TV show. That's not them. They wanted to shatter all the assumptions we had of them. At the end, when they're running away from all those they've upset throughout the movie by not doing what was expected of their scripted selves, and they finally jump off the bridge into the sea, we see that they've only jumped back into that black box. They haven't escaped. They can't escape. And they're taken away to be stored as that manufactured image. It was like we caught a glimpse of their real selves and what was really going on, but they knew that they'd always just be seen as that made-for-TV band, the Monkees.
For those who look for meanings in form as they do fact. We might tell you one thing, but then we'd only take it back.
Not back like in a box back, not back like in a race, not back so we can keep it, but back in time and space!
You say we're manufactured. To that we all agree. So make your choice and we'll rejoice in never being free.